Zhiyun Crane M3 is a compact but very capable gimbal that can handle up to 1 kg of payload. Let's review that. Zhiyun Crane M3 is an elder brother of Crane M2, on which I have a review and comparison on the channel with Moza Mini P gimbal. I'll leave a link down below. And spoiler alert, the Crane M2 didn't impress me at all. But the Crane M3, on the other hand, has a lot more in common with Zhiyun Weebill 2, on which I also do have an in-depth review on the channel, link below. The motor locking mechanisms, the rear LCD touchscreen, the Q20 threads on the side for accessories, and the phone case. These features of Crane M3 are definitely inspired by Weebill 2. I did a lot of test shots, but also I used it on 2 commercial shoots, the promo video for this resort, let me say, and the wedding. And during the wedding I did a comparison of iPhone 13 Pro Max versus Sony a6300, I'll leave a link down below as well. The quality of stabilization. I tested it out with the Sony a6300 and Tamron 11-20 f2.8. There is a review on the channel, link below. I know guys, it's a lot of links, but if you're interested, go there. After you finish this video, of course. So in both a6300 and Tamron lens there is no built-in stabilization, and that is why only the gimbal was working, and to be honest, the results are pretty weak. I did balance it correctly and all of the settings were the smoothest ones. Also, I was walking with the ninja walk, as you should, and after all, I wasn't satisfied with the results. Especially at 20mm and especially while running. And now let's talk about the kit. Besides the gimbal itself, we do get 4 different gels for the LED light. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. Also, we do get a lot of cables. Here are the cables on the screen. We get a tripod, we get a mounting plate. Also, we get a case made out of foam, which is pretty boring and it's not really useful. The gimbal itself weighs 1 kg, which is nice, but it's not foldable. But nevertheless, it takes not a lot of space. No complaints here. Everybody has already made a joke about it being like a stormtrooper, so I wouldn't. I hope that the white color wouldn't be yellowy during heavy usage, and also I do like the design. It definitely stands out. And now let's talk about the control elements. We do have a trigger, pretty regular one. If you press it, it will go to the go mode. Also, you can recenter the gimbal or go to the selfie mode. Above the trigger, we have a wheel, which is nice for adjusting your horizon or roll axis. The start-stop button, the M button for changing your modes. Also the wheel for your LED light. You can change the color temperature or the brightness. On-off button and a pretty standard joystick, which is really fast and not really convenient even with the smoothest settings. A microphone jack, USB-C for connecting your camera, and a USB-C for charging. And beneath the gimbal we do have a Pro connector, we'll talk about it in a second. It has a proprietary mounting plate with a single screw, which is not really convenient once again, and it blocks the battery door of all the cameras, which is not cool. And also, to put this on and off the gimbal you have to make 2 actions, which adds on safety part of things. A bit time consuming, but it's okay. The build quality itself is great. All the buttons, all the adjustments, all the locking mechanism, everything is done really well. No complaints. The display is very nice and it's visible during the daylight. It has a very responsive sensor, which is also great, and it's fast and easy to navigate the menu. The ZY Play app is very simple and it's not obligatory to download it and to install it at all. There is not a lot of options in the menu. Here we have the modes, the balance check, the info, and also the settings with auto calibration, the settings for the smoothness, and to change the purpose of the buttons and wheels. Now let's have a look at different modes and the footage. Pan follow blocks the tilt axis. Follow makes you go all over the place and it will follow you. The lock mode locks all the axis. The POV mode is fun to use because you can use the roll axis and flip the horizon a little bit, kind of faking an FPV drone. Also, we have a go mode, which is pretty fast and too fast in my opinion. The vortex mode, kind of 360 degrees rotation, and a portrait mode, which is 9:16 or just a stories mode. And let me say, in all the modes, the gimbal is doing so-so. I'm not really satisfied with it. It has micro jitter, and no matter that Sony a6300 and Tamron 11 to 20mm is not the heaviest load and it's under the payload, it's still doing not the best job. And I hope this will be fixed with a later firmware. But what if we take a full-frame camera and a full-frame ultra-wide lens, Sony a7S III and Tamron 17-28 f2.8, and the total payload is 1035 grams? It does work, but you cannot balance it properly because the motor hits the viewfinder. And also you cannot balance it with the screen being sideways. But all in all, it does work well. It doesn't support the vortex mode or the portrait mode because of the viewfinder being blocked by the motor, but when you're using the SteadyShot Active or even the SteadyShot Standard with the a7S III, you get much better results, as you can see right here. And now let's talk about the battery life. It has 1150 mAh, which is okay. Zhiyun states 8 hours of work time. It's pretty close to the real world. It does have power delivery for fast charging during 2 hours, and I didn't have any issues with the battery. And a few words about some additional features. First of all, the LED light with changeable color temperature and adjustable brightness, but to be honest, I wouldn't use it anytime, anywhere. Even if I'm making some interviews or something, I would put the normal light with the softbox and all that stuff. So I don't actually need this LED light. And also we do have a Pro combo kit for $650, which is very expensive, to be honest. And we'll get a pretty decent microphone in it, a smartphone holder and a bag. But it's too expensive in my opinion, and also I think it's kind of a childish thing to have. Everybody does have a lavalier mic or something, so whatever. And also you can connect this gimbal with the camera without any cables via Bluetooth. Please check out on the website which cameras are compatible. I didn't test this feature myself, but it sounds pretty nice. And finally, the price, $370 for the base kit, and in my opinion, it's very expensive. I would pick the Moza Mini P gimbal for $200, almost 2 times less. And if your camera and lens doesn't have built-in stabilization, the quality of stabilization with Zhiyun Crane M3 is not the best one, to be honest. The functionality and design is really nice, but it doesn't keep up with the main goal, stabilizing your footage. So as for now, I wouldn't recommend this gimbal. But maybe if they do fix the issues with the firmware update, it'd be better. But still expensive. So guys, if you did find this video helpful, please smash the like and subscribe buttons as I say in my videos and hit the notifications bell. Here are a couple of videos for you to watch next. My name is Oleg Nikitin, no limits on channel, and I see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye.